Begin Podfix network transmission in 3, 2, 1.
Baptismal birthday.
Jerky.
Michael Landon.
If you see some cold nuts on the side of the road, it's 15 miles to the
Snack Shack.
Snack Shack, baby. The Snack Shack is a little old place where we can snack together. Bang, bang, bang on the door, baby. It's Logan. Bang, bang, bang on the door, baby.
Might be Trisha's dog.
Knuckle letter, sugar. Bang, bang, bang on the door, baby. You're what?
Beef bar. Venison.
1, 2, 3, 4. Sitting on the bench. Writing's really hard. We need another snack. And that is just a fact. Oh.
Hi, this is Shauna.
And this is Trisha.
And this is Two Girls on a Bench.
The podcast.
We write on the bench.
We snack on the bench.
And most of all, we procrastinate on the bench.
Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, you needed a kazoo over there, young
I know.
lady.
What am
You
I
don't
doing?
have
There's
one.
5,000 kazoos right here in front of me.
Hand the woman a kazoo.
There's another one.
The different tones.
Yeah,
It's like they're tuned
You never
different-
know. It just depends on the spit ratio inside of
Ew.
them. Oh, gross, Trisha.
Stop it, Trisha.
Ew.
So we've got a great show for you tonight.
Welcome
I have
to the bench.
I have a quote to open
And
us up.
We know it's not been repeated thanks to our intern.
I have this beautiful list in front of me that our intern Mel Brooks did for us, and it's great. So this is new. A new quote. I don't even know if I've ever done a
for
quote
the world.
by this person before. I don't think I
Now
have.
that we have a list, you can
Which is
search.
I know I'm actually looking and I don't see any quotes by her, but I do see a lot by the same people over and over again. Okay, anyway. Apparently only like 5 writers and
We
their
might need
names
to
are Ray
do-
Bradbury, Virginia Woolf, Oscar Wilde, and
Vincent
Van Gogh, who's not a writer but
So
an
we
artist.
need to like make a pie chart of like the percentage of each writer.
I know, I'm like so this is a
awesome.
new one,
Just for
okay?
consistent.
This is a new one. Okay, here it is. Create whatever causes a revolution in your heart.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Gilbert.
That's the
So
chick that wrote Laura Ingalls Wilder.
no.
No. Little House on the Prairie, I mean. Wait, literally, that's the author. The author of Little House on the Prairie is Laura Ingalls Wilder, right? No, or is the story about Laura Ingalls Wilder?
I think it's
I'm so
about
confused.
Laura Ingalls Wilder. I didn't ever read the books. So this is Elizabeth Gilbert. She's the lady that wrote Eat, Pray, Love.
Oh, my bad.
You're thinking of Melissa Gilbert, who was Little Half Pint.
Laura
She was Laura
Ingalls
Ingalls.
Wilder
Yeah.
with the
Yeah,
other-
she was Laura
yeah,
Ingalls.
with the guy from Highway to Heaven.
Yes. Oh no. This is another murder board scenario.
My mom loved him. I can't remember his name right now.
Michael Landon.
Landon. Oh,
You know, I loved Little House on the Prairie.
I did too.
It's so weird. I remember
Clearly.
I remember watching it, and I remember one time when I was a kid, like, you know, because like back in the old days when TV came out weekly and you like waited for
at
a show.
7:00 on a Tuesday.
And then the
or
next day
whatever.
you'd like talk about it with
Yeah.
people. And I remember some lady saying like
talking about it during the show on Twitter
while we're watching
while
it.
you're watching it,
Or like talking about it after the fact when you like binged the
months
whole show.
later after everyone's already seen it.
I know, I'm like, oh, I missed it. I remember some lady being like, I don't know, I don't even know who it was. I was a kid, but I remember somebody talking to my mom, and they were like, "Oh, that Nellie, I knew she was gonna blah blah blah." And it was like some
That's
episode because
funny.
Nellie was like the bad
Yeah.
like bully,
Yeah.
basically the rich kid. Wasn't she kind of
Yeah,
rich?
she was. Yeah,
And so it was a whole
with
thing
the
with
blonde curls.
Oh
like
my
the spiral, yeah.
she
the
was always
ringlets.
she always had like fancy candy and shit.
Yeah.
Like she was just mean. But anyway, I loved that show.
Yeah,
That family was struggling on the prairie.
They
Let's
were.
just say it was not easy for them. Elizabeth Gilbert, however, decided to eat, pray, love.
yeah. I want to do that.
She like went and ate a bunch of food in Italy and then
I saw the movie.
prayed in India and then
Julia Roberts.
where'd
and
she
then
go in the last one?
she
You didn't read the
loved-
book? Did you read the book? I read the
I
book.
think I read the book too.
I feel like everybody read the book at the point that
And
it
I
was
saw the
popular.
movie. Yeah, but then she.
You know what's good in that movie? The soundtrack. I have it. I have the soundtrack for that movie.
Shauna's like, sorry if you're new to the show.
Oh
we've
my
discovered
God.
Shauna loves movie soundtracks.
It's so weird that I like every time it comes up, I'm like, it's a thing.
yeah.
I feel like I didn't notice it until just recently. Yeah, that soundtrack's really good.
The Eat, Pray, Love soundtrack.
Uh-huh.
I'll have to look it up. I have
It's
no idea.
great. I'll play it for you.
Great.
Anyway,
When we just sit together and don't do anything, but listen
just
to music.
quietly listen to music. Like,
Sometimes I make you do that.
sometimes.
I will admit.
But anyway, so that's Elizabeth Gilbert. Okay, everybody go look her up. She's a big writer.
So like a
She has written-
revolution in your heart.
Lots of things besides Eat, Pray, Love. That's just probably the most famous one.
Gotcha.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't have time to like, go eat, pray, and love. Just eat. I ate too much. I already did too much to the first one.
Now I'm praying about losing the weight.
And
And loving the results. Wait, just kidding.
Yay. Yay. Woo. Okay.
Welcome to The Bench, the show about eating, praying, and loving together on a bench.
So this is the show about writing and procrastinating. And I guess we're doing both those things right now.
We got a new iTunes review. I wanted to
What?
share with you.
Oh yeah, I saw that actually.
because
Maybe you told
it's
me.
really. I think I told you, girls. Now there's like a lot of two girls on a bench. There we go.
What's happening?
I'm finding our podcast on iTunes. Ooh, and I also got it to say the Podfix network under our podcast. Thank you, Chad.
Okay, so there's been a lot of work Trisha's been doing on our iTunes feed.
Yeah,
and
so our feed was a little wonky this week because the numbering was off and iTunes was like inadvertently deleting episodes that were numbered the same, and there was a conflict of errors or something
a
happening.
comedy of errors.
So in my
But
attempt
really.
to update 109 podcast episodes without disturbing like the universal feeds everywhere, I made one mistake and
the
accidentally
split in the universe.
republished a podcast from 3 years ago when we had a slumber party for my daughter's birthday, and so that's at the top of our feed. But people actually like listen to it because I guess it would come across your feed and be like, "There's a new podcast from Two Girls on the Bench," and it was like episode 49. So people are like, "I don't remember this podcast
That was
at
kind
all."
of a funny one though.
It was funny. We
it?
had the girls
I don't
come
know.
on. I don't know. I listened to like part of it.
I
and
don't
was
remember.
like, I don't want to listen to this again. What the fuck? But anyways, so
I don't want to relive my life again.
Actually, it was really sweet to hear our daughter's like little tiny voices on the podcast. Like, so this chick reached out to me. I think her name is Rocky Powell. She is at Wild Nights Pod on Twitter. And she says she's a comedy podcast where entertainers from all over share the wildest nights of their lives, one episode at a time, which I thought
good.
sounds hilarious.
I love that premise.
She's from New York. I need to listen to her show and also leave her a review because she like reached out to us. She's like, I like to, like chill, listen to an episode, and I just like loved it and it was so good. I had to leave a review. And then I was like, you got to reach out to Christine Blackburn because you guys seem like you would have a lot
Story
in common.
Smash. Yeah.
So she was like, oh my God, I will. But here's what she wrote. These two are a blast and a half. You can feel how deep their friendship is, and it really put me at ease as a listener.
Aw.
The convo is always light and real, never awkward or uncomfortable. If I was ever at a park, these two girls on a bench are who I would want to be sitting next to. A must listen. So I
That's
thought that was really
nice.
sweet. So thank you, Rocky, for real. And we will be checking out your Wild Nights podcast
Oh
because
my
that sounds
God.
like right up our alley.
That's really funny.
So yeah, leave us a review. We'll give you a
I
shout
feel like that
out.
should be a thing on the story wheel, on the story smash wheel, like your wildest night or something. 'Cause you know how the things are like,
usually
drunk
it's
tank.
like drunk tank, which I guess would equate to a wild night, but really like it could be something
Your wildest
completely
night
different.
could have nothing to do with like being drunk. I'm just saying, like, I mean, very often those things go hand in hand.
But not always.
But something weird could happen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I somehow turned our wildest night in Italy into a Thanksgiving story.
Oh,
when I
yeah.
was on Story Smash because I got Thanksgiving, but that was like the story I had in my head. And we were traveling abroad over Thanksgiving, so I used that as my excuse.
Oh yeah, but you can like time together. But like, I'm just thinking this is so stupid. But remember that time that we were like driving back from the beach and it was like really scary and we thought we were gonna die.
That was
kind of wild.
That was our bench retreat.
I know.
Yes, you recorded us like talking.
I don't know why. I
Didn't
just
we put
thought of that.
I thought you recorded it and I put it on the podcast where I was
I
like,
think
we're
you might
gonna
have.
die. Like
It was a while ago, but I just
we took some weird mountain road, back road,
because
and
we're like, let's not backtrack, and then it was like
there were no lights, and it was like the curves were just appearing as you approached them.
And I don't know if that's my wildest night, but it was like wildly scary.
It
I
was
think
pretty crazy. Another wild time we had, it wasn't at night, but you had that old yellow truck. I don't remember what kind of truck. Was it a Dodge or
my
something?
Datsun, or it might not have been a Datsun.
I don't know. It was a really old,
It was
bright yellow
It was
truck.
I used to call it my Carter administration car.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was that old, but anyway,
Seemed like it.
continue.
We went to the beach and we were laying out on the beach. We were trying to write and we had all our stuff and we decided to like go in the ocean because we got hot and the tide came in.
Oh, and it washed all our
washed
stuff
all
away.
our shit away. And so then we were running around in the tide trying to grab our towels and backpacks and books and purses or whatever we had. But then we ran across Highway 1, which is a freeway in Malibu.
All the time, though.
Yeah.
I've done that a bajillion
Oh my
times. So
God.
have you. Like,
I know, but that just sounds
because there's
really-
no parking.
Sounds pretty wild when I say it right now.
Ooh, wild. Running across the freeway. Or not the freeway, the road.
It's a freeway, though. Like, it's a highway.
Super, like, not safe. For sure.
It's a long, scary highway.
We have really pushed the envelope. Okay, so...
I mean, we're just risky.
So we were going to share some information with you about some changes to the show. So if you're new to the show, this won't seem like a change because it'll just be how you experience it. But if you aren't, we're switching up. We have launched a side writing project that we're really excited about.
So excited.
And
can you tell?
We need a little bit more time, and so
this will hopefully pay off as a podcast down the road.
Hopefully an audio drama.
Yeah.
So we're like, so we need more time. So we're going to be still doing this podcast though, because we love it and it's fun, but we're going to be going to every other week instead of every week.
Well, and I was thinking because we have so many episodes, I might push out an old episode on the off weeks. So it's like a, revisit episode 1 or something. You know what I mean? Especially since I discovered it'd been missing from our catalog for quite a while. But yeah, so in addition though, we want to start driving you all to Patreon, and we realize no one's gonna become a Patreon of the bench if they don't get anything but like a dumb sticker. So we have been creating some extra content for our Patreon called Bench Adjacent, and we are going to be having our Patreon just free for the month of May. So you can like go sample what's out there, see if like you find the additional content funny or not funny,
heartwarming, inspiring,
little drunk. I don't know. But
I mean, right? Maybe we should have a drunk tank. I feel like that's every episode though. We're not drinking today. We're just drinking water.
Oh my God, you guys. We're not drinking vodka. But anyways, that doesn't mean
Do you have any
later.
vodka?
Yeah. Shut us up. Speaking of having a cocktail.
Well, speaking of drinks around here.
We like a little Sunday afternoon nip.
It's just you.
That sounded bad. that turned two girls on a bench entirely sexual immediately. Oh my God.
Oh,
Sorry.
you guys.
Little nip slip there.
Nip slip. You're just gonna keep going.
I can't
Wardrobe malfunction.
I can't stop it. So this is the kind of lowbrow humor you'll find on our Patreon. But we want to just open up the door, show you what we got.
Everything you're saying is just suggestive from now on.
Shirts are not required.
You know what I just thought of?
No.
I need another weird thing that's like inappropriate, but I don't want to forget.
Please,
this is a
give it to me.
This is a personal thing. I need a knob. Remember we were talking about this?
Yeah, my text, I believe, to you was, I've been waiting my whole life for you to ask me for this. To ask me for a knob.
So I have a little hanging thing in my room and the knob's off, so then I can't hang like a sweater on it because it'll like cut through it. And I sent Trisha a picture and I was like, I need one of those spare knobs. Sorry. I was like, speaking of inappropriate, don't let me forget to leave here without taking a knob.
Well, so that's another episode. I won't look it up now, but I think it's called Knobs and something. But yeah, where I have a lot of crafty stuff that just sits here, and I started collecting knobs for some reason to make something that had never made it.
And I only need one.
I have a bunch.
I just
We'll
need
pull
to
them out.
Get one. It won't match, but
They're
I don't
in my
care.
special knob box.
Oh no, I'll never be able to find them. Anyway, okay, sorry everybody, you had to listen to that. But so we're gonna be switching this up, and there's still other content that's gonna be free on Patreon. It's gonna be free for this month.
The month
Did you
of
already
May,
say that?
I did.
I'm sorry.
Good to say it again.
I'm reiterating it. I got really sidetracked on the knob thing. And then so please go listen to all that fun stuff, and then there'll be more if you'd like to join Patreon. There'll be fun extra randomness there. And prizes. Oh, and we have merch. That's up. Trisha's walking around, but she's coming back.
I didn't have any paper right here, which is, I always have a piece of paper so I can jot shit down.
I say that
for
I'm always
later.
like, what kind of writer am I? I never have like a pen. Okay, anyway.
Anyways, so, knobs. Okay. I
the whole
literally had to
reason
write down the word
She
knobs.
ran around looking for a piece of paper to write
it's
knobs.
Be the episode for 11. I'll for the 11. Okay, knobs.
I'm sorry, that was
Okay.
really funny.
That's what I had to do, and I have to put a little checkbox next to it, and then I will take care of that. Okay. Wait, what was I? Oh, merch.
Oh, merch.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I already
so-
forgot.
All right, so I have made us a store on Threadless and on TeePublic. I did both because there's different things. Threadless has more like slouchy shirts or V-necks for men and women, different size ranges that go like a little bit bigger, I feel like. And maybe if you're like me, you don't want like just a basic t-shirt. You need it to be like cute.
A little more stylish.
Or like a tank top.
right.
So, anyways,
I'm gonna get a tank top.
and then I discovered I can do double-sided on Threadless, the store as well. So I'm working on that. That'll be up this week. And
But you will see such wonderful things as our logo,
yes.
which is very cute. You will see some Write It Bitch.
Yep, just writer shirts.
Just writer.
Medical tongs, some of our more famous quotes. And notebooks, which I have a sample. They're pretty cute. And then there's mugs, which I've ordered a couple things so we can see what they look like and then do some giveaways. But all the proceeds from the last week that I started it through May are going to be going towards Livestream for the Cure to the Cancer Research Institute. The goal this year, I think, is $15,000. Last year,
I think they exceeded 15 last year.
did he? Oh, I probably have this wrong.
I don't know.
Nick.
Either they exceeded it or it was like 10 and they got to 15 last year.
Yeah.
It was like something like that.
was
I can't
close.
exactly remember, but it was around that area. But yeah, so we're excited. We've got a fun snack we're gonna make with Nick on that live stream. So
Yeah, Nick tweeted.
Please tune in.
Tweeted about the chocolate chaffles, and
we're gonna make chocolate chaffles, you guys.
yeah, we're excited.
So you're gonna need to be there for that.
This year the goal is 15,000. I think the last year it was like
I think it was like 10, but they
10,000.
like got to
we
15.
got to like close to 15. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
over it. I don't
maybe
remember.
afterwards. You can also donate now, and all the links are in the show notes, but you can donate early. A lot of the donations come in early, Nick says, and a couple.
It's nice to have a running start too when
Yeah.
you're doing that kind of thing. So that's
We
awesome.
usually starts with more because he's already done, and I tweeted this out, but he's already done merch sales for like Livestream for the Cure t-shirts, which I got us.
We're gonna have a
Some
lot of
too.
T-shirts.
I know.
I need new clothes.
And see, that's you're just gonna just podcast t-shirt.
And by new
your
clothes,
way
I mean
through.
new T-shirts.
Yeah.
Because I
Good.
don't wear anything else.
Thank God. And summer, so next time tank tops. But for Livestream for the Cure, the t-shirts, all the proceeds, of course, go back to the till, and any proceeds we get, which is like a couple bucks a sale on Threadless, goes back to Livestream. So hopefully we'll have a little bit.
A little bump.
I'm all, here's $12, Nick. We
know what?
sold 6 t-shirts.
I'm a fundraiser. Every dollar counts. We always
Right?
say it's true, though. And I know
It
it
is.
sounds like
It
it never
sounds
sounds
dumb,
like enough.
but-
And I mean, in my job, it never is enough. And it's like also every donation totally counts.
It
So,
does.
so please,
Well-
if you're ever thinking about buying a Medical Tongs mug, now's the time to
Now's
do
the
it.
time to do it. Get your medical tongs mug.
Do it this
I wish I
month.
had actual medical tongs. That's kind of what it sounded like I had. Like just like a pair of tongs. Do you know
No.
something?
No.
I've watched 4 things in the last week where people have had to stitch themselves up.
Really?
And in 2 of them, they used
Medical
medical
Tongs.
tongs. And one of them was
What did they call them?
they were alone, so they didn't call them anything. Or they were in a lot of pain and had leather straps in their mouths, so they couldn't.
What was
call.
it?
Well, I can't tell you all
Oh.
of them because one of them you haven't watched yet.
Okay.
So
Darn.
we watched the movie The Martian with it's not Brad Pitt. Matt Damon. Trapped on
Matt
Mars. His crew
Damon.
leaves and he's on Mars. So I was like, you can watch this, my daughter. I'm like, a couple F-bombs, but that's it. So in the beginning, he's cut and he has to like sew himself up all by himself, and he's all quiet because it's just him.
Yeah.
And he literally picks up this pair of tongs, and it actually looks like the tongs you flip bacon over with. Like it has like the
Oh,
like
yeah.
it looks like
She's-
like has
She's drawing me a picture, everybody,
It had
which
handles.
you can't see.
like the,
Looks like- We're gonna post that picture.
I have drawn a very thin. I have drawn a very thin penis.
Or like a very like skinny pair of scissors. Those don't look like the kind of tongs you use, by the way, to flip bacon. But okay, I don't know what's happening right now.
I
Okay,
thought it just looked
you-
like really
you
phallic.
didn't have to draw it for me. You could have just talked about it.
Anyways,
He had bacon tongs. He was trying to fix his arm. What happened? Finish the
stomach.
story. I
he
mean,
sewed
stomach.
it up with the tongs and then stapled it.
Did he have
and
like? Did he take a swig of vodka or
He-
something?
he
Disinfectant vodka.
I don't think he had vodka. I think he might have bit something or just was going.
That was
he-
a great story.
He had to dig the bullet out with the tongs. Not the bullet, the piece of metal out with the tongs, and then he had to sew himself back up and
Sounds
staple himself.
horrible.
So gross. I never would have to use medical tongs on myself. And now we've talked about this gross thing that I'm obsessed with like several times. So you're welcome. Okay? You're just welcome.
You remember Team America?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah! It's by the guys that made South Park. If you haven't seen it, it's with puppets. It's hysterical. But there's
so
a whole
funny.
thing where they keep talking about Matt Damon, and they're like, "There's
Matt
that,"
Damon.
and then he's like, "Matt Damon." Like he keeps saying like his own name.
when we were watching
What are you
it-
doing? And he's like, Matt Damon.
When we were watching it, I kept saying that. Like,
It's hard not to.
oh
Oh,
man.
I have a lot of South Park guy stuff in my head. It's not good. It's like weird where I'm kind of like, okay, I need to stop.
Love
Anyway.
it. I love it. So yeah, lots going on. So lots of stuff from us, but like yeah, we're still stepping a little bit back, and hopefully with more to come in the future.
I mean, we're not stepping back, but we're stepping differently.
We're stepping bench adjacent.
We're sidestepping.
We're stepping to the right. We're stepping to the left. I don't know what song this is.
It's not that song. Just made it up.
Our live stream though, we're gonna be live on the 22nd since we were just talking about
Oh,
that.
yeah, it's
at
in May.
5 p.m. Eastern. That is 2 p.m. Pacific.
So 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, May 22nd, we will be making a chocolate chaffle.
Yes.
Chocolate chaffle. Chocolate chaffle.
This year, Nick is like all set to cook with us too.
This year,
He's
maybe
got,
we should
like-
make a T-shirt that says chocolate chaffle. I'm just kidding.
I mean, I'm writing that down next to knobs. That's chocolate. It makes no
Two
sense
girls
for
on a
anyone.
bench, knobs and chocolate chaffles.
I mean, maybe
That's got it's close to the punk band. No, it's like a folk festival.
it's
It's folk festival.
a folk band called Knobs.
Knobs and chocolate chaffles.
That's the name of the band.
That's the name of the band.
Can we say
They're
opening
playing
at Lilith Fair?
at like Woodstock or
Oh,
something.
Woodstock 2.
Yeah, I mean,
Woodstock
no, we're
Beach.
gonna go back in time and do the original one. Yeah.
I think
Okay,
Knobs
this is
and
great.
Chocolate Chaffles should open at Lilith Fair.
Yeah, there's no Lilith Fair either. Okay, well, quiet.
Remember the
moment.
review where she was like, "There's no awkward silences" or whatever. That was your moment of
Well,
meditation.
I was watching you draw, and I was like
I
getting
started
mesmerized.
to like try to fix the knob drawing, the knobby penis. No, that's not a knob drawing. That's a
That's the medical tongs.
medical tongs.
No, those are bacon tongs. I don't know.
I don't know
Fuck.
what they are.
Bacon tongs.
I found out the
Bacon
true
tongs
word
is gonna
for
play
what
Coachella.
for what I put a picture of is called surgical tweezers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. When you try and find a picture and you type in medical tongs, surprisingly nothing comes up.
It's all medical stuff. They're like, no. Okay.
Yep.
We've been talking for a long time. It's time for us to have a snack.
I'm so hungry.
My name is Nicholas Haskins, and I'd like a moment of your time to tell you about the 5th annual Livestream for the Cure. To do that, I brought along two people whom I couldn't do this event without, Gerald Morris and Dan Brennick.
Over the past 4 years, the Livestream for the Cure has raised over $30,000 for the Cancer Research Institute.
That contribution is helping to fund research into cancer immunotherapy, training the body's immune system to fight all forms of cancer.
This year, we're aiming for our biggest goal yet as we try to raise $15,000 in 50 hours on the air.
Tune in May 19th through the 23rd as we're joined live by podcasters and content creators from around the world.
With your help, we can continue the fight for a future immune to cancer.
Together, we can make a difference.
Give me that snack book.
Love snacks. Love snack. Baby, love snack.
My snacks, and it's hot as a
Eat the snack.
Welcome.
That was your song for the day. We have such a
Love
fun
snack.
snack book.
Baby love
So, okay, this is a long story.
Go
I'm
for
going to
it.
tell it though. So, I have a birthday that is, at a time of year when people forget.
I feel like we've talked about that before.
Oh, yeah. It's December 28th. I'll just cut to the chase here. It's between Christmas and New Year's. Nobody cares. Nobody remembers, including me. So, of course, my parents always did because they're wonderful.
I do, because mine's the 8th of
I
December.
know.
And
But the 28th is pretty much a lost memory.
everybody's
kind
super
of
annoyed if you have a party on the 28th.
including myself. I'm like, I have to do
No
something
more
for my birthday, I
parties.
guess. It's been right in the middle of everything. So my parents years ago, or maybe when I was even a kid, started not sending me. When I lived with them, they didn't have to send me things when I was a child.
It's odd that you had a mailbox when you were 10.
I know.
All by
I was getting
yourself.
Amazon, which is so weird because it was the 80s.
By an Al, we're so ahead of the time.
Everybody was ahead. So they started sort of like doing like a second celebration or whatever on my baptismal birthday. This was the day I was baptized.
Did they do that on purpose because your birthday is so lost in the holidays?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because my
Bye.
baptism.
Can you write me and let me know if that's true?
That's a baptismal birthday is April 28th, and my real birthday or
Right.
born birthday is the December 20th. Okay, so they always send me a little gift, which is fun. So this time they sent me the super cool. It's like those snack boxes we've gotten, like the international ones, except this one's called Bunny James, and it's all keto snacks.
You
which
guys are
is,
so thoughtful.
So brilliant and
'Cause
so fun.
If you're new to the show, We're not eating sugar or carbs right now.
We're
and
trying
We're
not
very
to.
angry about it.
Sometimes we're mad. Sometimes we're fine.
This is helpful though, because these snacks are fun. So
These are really fun. We were just talking about all the things we could do with them. Only one scares us a little bit. So this is such a cute little story though. Like I think you all know that when we get snacks and they have like a story or like some little clever write up or I don't know. You know, it
makes it
makes it more fun.
It elevates the snack
and the
for
experience.
sure.
So the company is called Bunny James.
Which I think should be our new sponsor, Bunny James.
Yeah, we gotta write to them because, like, I don't know if people know about this, but these are
I've never heard about
this. Freaking
this.
cool. And so this is
And it was on Amazon.
they have like a
Which is
little,
cool.
I think so. They have a little like a little newspaper article or something in here, which is cute too. It's just so cute. Okay, so it's a story about this rabbit this rabbit named Harvey, which is funny.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that in a minute. So this farmy, Harvey, he used to he like belonged to this bartender and he used to like sit at the bar or something. This is like a true story apparently. And one day like a sheep farmer came to the bar and was like, "Hey, like whiskey." And he could tell that Harvey was different. And so he was like, "You know what? This is like no place for, a rabbit living in a bar, right?
Right.
So like I'm going to take him out to my farm." Takes him out to the farm and then Harvey becomes like a sheep herder. So he basically like starts like nipping
Harvey
at
the rabbit.
yeah, he starts like nipping at the like ankles of the sheep and like basically like hurting them.
And this is a true story.
This is true, supposedly. Look, there's a
Fun.
picture. That means it must be true. It's like a newspaper article. Anyway,
Or like Facebook.
I don't know if it's fake news. Okay, Shauna's not sure if this is real, but
It's
it feels
fun though.
even if it is folklore.
It's
Down to
fun.
folk.
Still fun.
So Harvey the herder is what they then started calling him, and he herded the sheep and inspired this person that's writing this, Lonnie James. It inspired him to come up with Bunny James, which is the name of this snack crate thing.
Huh.
And it created. Sorry, I have to read this. It's so small.
You need to
And
turn
it's
the
dark.
The big light on.
It created an idea, yes, thank you, inside me that we control our destiny no matter who we are or where we come from. Sometimes we just need a spark or an opportunity to propel us. So this is like kind of like the motivation behind this whole like snack, thing. A small gesture like a snack box may be just what you need to ignite you to do what you never thought was possible. Break the social norms, be you. If a rabbit can do it, so can you.
Aw.
Isn't that sweet?
It kind of ties back to your quote.
I know, right? Anyway.
Full circle.
So it's just
that
so
was on
cute.
purpose, by the way.
It's
Totally
just
on
so
purpose.
cute, and I love
It's really
it.
cute.
And
It's
it
like a
was
little
so
purple
sweet. Thank
and
you,
white
Mom and Dad.
box. It's really fun.
And I love it. It's called Bunny James. So we're eating all the savory snacks. There's a couple of sweet ones, and we'll have them later on another episode, maybe. But we're gonna do the savory ones this time. So the first thing we tried was
It's super yummy.
a Sonoma Creamery Parmesan Cheese Crisp Bar, which is basically just like that baked cheese.
that
that's
would be
delicious.
good with wine too.
We just decided all these would be like a great like charcuterie tray where you put out like the crispy cheese. There's some
Yes.
steamed and marinated asparagus
So
with rosemary and
good.
oregano, and that might sound weird, but it's so good.
It's delicious.
Like you have one and you're like, oh, this would be so great.
It's
Once
kinda like
again,
those
out on a
little
platter,
marinated mushrooms.
like the marinated mushrooms
that you have for your charcuterie.
Gonna make
Shauna
our
did
piece
one.
more.
Did one for my birthday with
Mm-hmm.
all kinds of like cheeses and meats and mushrooms and olives and so
I love
yummy.
this stuff, this vinegary stuff.
good.
I hated it when I was a kid, but I love it now.
Oh no, I hated anything pickled or
Oh my
vinegar,
God.
but I love it all.
Yeah, sorry,
well.
I'm eating the asparagus right now. It's so
My
good.
son would like this too. He likes asparagus.
It's
A.
really like vinegary, though. Do you
But
think you would like it?
He loves green olives and pickles. So I
Oh,
don't know
okay.
why like vinegary is his game.
He might like it.
I think he would. He really likes asparagus. I recently took a risk I'm just gonna tell you,
Just take a risk,
it's
Trisha.
okay to buy Costco-sized asparagus fresh,
Is it?
and you
though?
would think
Maybe if I marinate it and seal it
no,
like
but
those.
you would think like, oh, Trisha, are you gonna eat all of that asparagus?
Trisha, what are you gonna do with all this
Just
asparagus?
you and your son.
I would say.
Here's what I did. I got it home immediately. I trimmed it all, and I put it into portions that I would pull out to serve and froze it immediately. And then I
Just like put it in a baggie and put it in the freezer.
yeah.
Oh,
And then I was like,
and it was okay.
will it be good?
Yeah.
Right. So I had I
Listen, everyone,
I
this is
left out
really important.
one portion fresh, and then we had that like with dinner. Me, my son who likes asparagus, and my husband, my daughter is like gross. It's okay. It's not for everybody. So then I pulled out a frozen one, and I'm like, this could be not good or mushy or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
It
It's
was fine. It was totally fine.
It was just like
It
fresh.
was just like if you made frozen green beans.
Huh.
And you like microwaved them or,
Well,
or
everybody,
threw them in a pan.
Throw caution to the wind and get that
A whole
Costco size.
new world. I also did it with
asparagus.
spinach.
What?
Okay, so
You're like freaking me out right now. Just
fresh
kidding.
spinach. Threw
Kind
it
of.
in
Just kidding.
baggies.
Kind of.
Threw it in the freezer. Pull out a handful. Throw it in something. Heat it up. Make a soup. I'm refreshing. Throw a handful of spinach, frozen spinach in. Creams right into it. Melts right into it. Whatever. Like super good. You can't eat it like in a salad anymore. But if you're gonna cook it in something or throw it in eggs, fine.
But yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
You know how like I hate like frozen spinach now. Now
Yeah.
that I eat fresh spinach a
Here's
lot.
what I usually use.
You know the one that's like in a
no,
in
no,
a
no. And you
cube,
have to like press it,
and then it's
squeeze.
like
I've
full
always
of
hated
water,
that.
and
No.
then it's like mushy and
No.
gross, and it doesn't taste
If
good.
you freeze fresh spinach, just out of the bag into a Ziploc into the freezer, it doesn't. It just doesn't
There's no
have all that
moisture
water.
thing. No, I don't know why they're. It's because they cook it. It's
Yeah.
because it's cooked
It's
spinach.
cooked.
Yeah.
So the raw spinach, like it should be clear.
Listen,
so
you guys.
this is what I use it for
It's
usually.
really important.
Is I use it for my kids' smoothies. I grab a handful of frozen, not cooked spinach and throw it into the smoothie with
You're
banana
such a like
or whatever.
Pinterest mom or something
I'm
right
not
now.
though.
I know you're not.
Haven't done it in like 6 months, but
Like
just
just like
been cold.
throw like some spinach in a smoothie for my kids,
Shut up.
for my family.
I sound so gross right now when you make me sound like that.
I'm just kidding. You.
The
I know
other
you're not
thing
like
I
that.
recently froze, this is Trisha's freezer tricks, was leftover purple cabbage.
I feel like we should have done this as a bench adjacent. This
Right?
is more what bench adjacent is, although I feel like this is also the podcast. So
Yeah, I don't know. I'm unclear at this moment. Okay, I'll stop talking about my frozen vegetables, and you can now talk about the next snack, which is a nut, which we, as you know, if you're new to the show, nuts are important to us
What did I do?
As our-
oh, here it is.
as our knobs.
These are so good. Cheesy jalapeno crunchy cheese mix. So it's like the little, if you guys have ever had like moon cheese, which is basically just like little nuggets of baked cheese. So we have like a big stick of baked cheese, which is delicious. Then we have, and it's just crunchy and salty and it's just fun. Like
Yummy.
it just, so this is a mix of the moon cheese and almonds. And they have this like jalapeno,
They
you
have
know,
a
flavor.
nice kick. They're good.
It's good.
Not too spicy.
It's not too spicy. It's just like a nice flavor. Okay, and then there's something that we're terrified of.
What is
and
that
that
one
is-
called?
What did I do?
Did you throw it away?
Well, I don't want to throw the actual meat away. Okay, so
no,
it was
did
like,
you throw the wrapper away?
yeah, I feel like I have to go hunt in the trash for it now. Hold on.
It's like the trash is so hard to get to.
I don't even know why I threw it away.
You did not. It is not in the trash. That was a good, nice meditation pause for you to think about our meat snack.
I don't know where the meat snack went.
Sorry, just
Okay.
tell the people what it is.
It's like a big. It's like if you were
It's
gonna
like a
have like a
granola
bar.
bar.
Yeah,
A
like
it looks like a granola bar. I thought it was chocolate when you pulled it out.
it's venison. It's like jerky, but it's like shaped like a bar,
Bambi,
which is
a
weird.
Bambi bar.
Oh my god, Bambi bar. Nobody's but oh, here it is.
Uh,
Epic venison sea salt and pepper bar, and it's like a bar, like you would get like a granola bar, or whatever, right? But it's just meat. It's just a big
A
slab
bar-
of meat.
Bar o meat.
And it looks a little weird. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, it's a little scary.
It's a little intimidating.
I got to tell you, like, I guess if you were like, oh, like The Walking Dead, and you found one of these, you'd
you would
be
so
like,
happy.
oh my God,
You could have
meat.
one bite of this for 4 days
Yeah.
and survive.
You would be like, let's all share it.
Let's all cut this into pieces and have
here
steak.
we are.
It's like having a steak.
Just an embarrassment of riches of venison. And we're just not appreciating it like we should. Because that's how we are.
Venison has always freaked me out because my dad used to go hunting in Michigan with his brothers, and they would bring back venison. Like somebody would shoot a deer, and they would all split the meat or whatever. And my mom would like make venison stew and like chili and like freeze all this venison.
You don't like it?
No, I just felt weird. I felt weird because I know I'm eating a cow. Or I'm eating a pig, or I'm eating a chicken. I know it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Babe every time we have bacon.
Right, but like, but like
That's
somehow
lovely.
I felt weirder because it was a deer. I don't know why. And then there is something different about the taste.
The meat
it's a little
is-
more gamey. Like
So,
it has a different flavor.
I tried it.
Yeah, Shadow took a bite and I like cowered.
I
in
didn't
the
take
corner.
a bite. I like tried to rip a bite off because eating a bar of meat is just a little bit like. It feels like very
This
like,
is
you know,
the bar-
Snowpiercer or something.
I think this is the bar of meat episode.
This is some sort of like apocalyptic food that like you would love, but like when you don't, I don't know. I get it because it's just like here's some jerky. It's like it's like a bar, so it's
if
just like
it
a
was,
single
like-
serving
if
of
it was
jerky.
in like pieces of jerky, I
And
would like
thinner?
Yeah.
Because it's like a big,
All right.
a big thick hunk.
So earlier this year, we went to Big Bear and stayed at a cabin. And as we were driving up, there were all these like world famous jerky stores. I sent you pictures
There's
of
so
them.
many.
And I didn't.
Why is jerky always world
Okay.
famous? No, because when you drive to Vegas, it's the same
All
thing.
right.
I don't know why.
I've never noticed them before because I wasn't so much into jerky back before I started keto. Now I'm like, it's just people running up the stairs. It's
Oh,
okay.
I was
My
like, I thought I
children
just like
sound
broke.
like elephants.
I thought I just like broke the wall right now. I'm all, did I hit the wall to
Sounds
my
like
chair?
an earthquake every time my family runs up the stairs.
And those kids are little. They are not big. Okay.
Nope, but they can pound like elephants. Anyways, so yeah. So I never really noticed the whole jerky phenomenon as much. So we're going up to we're driving to Big Bear. We have snacks. But everybody has like Pringles and Goldfish crackers, and I'm like, go have my chocolate peanut butter keto bar. And then like my husband thoughtfully grabbed me a bag of like beef jerky, like at the gas station or whatever. Like
World famous jerky.
he loves like gas station snacks, by the way. Just side note. Like
That's
when
not
he gets
surprising.
it's not. He's the guy who will eat a hot dog from a gas station store. Yeah.
Oh yeah, remember
like,
he used to
from
like
a
eat like the hot dogs at 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven. No, for like breakfast. He was like, I don't know what he was loading at that point when he was eating a 5 a.m. 7-Eleven hot dog. I have no. He has a stomach of steel.
Right?
That man. Okay, except unless he eats a carrot, then he dies.
I know. Well,
He's allergic to carrots.
is he? No, we know. I'm just kidding. He is. It just it
He
sounds
so
fake.
is. It's so
Because
weird.
it's like he'll eat a hot dog for breakfast, but he's allergic to carrots, and it's kind
It's
of
like-
like
it's
it's like
like,
really is he?
really?
No, but he actually is.
He
I'm
was
just
like
joking.
5. He's all, I'm allergic to broccoli too. You're like,
And
wait a
salad
minute.
and cauliflower
And
mash.
anything that comes from the earth. But if it comes from grain and a pig, I'm good. So anyways, so he gets like chips and, you know, all the yummy stuff, trail mix and blah, blah, blah. And he grabs me some jerky because he knows I'm trying not to eat that stuff. So, and I'm like, great. So I'm eating some
Then
beef
what
jerky.
happened?
So then we're driving. Shut up.
This is the episode of weird log stories. No, both of us.
So
It's
then
like
we're driving to Big Bear, and there's all these beef jerky stores, and I'm sending you and my sister pictures.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I
world
remember.
famous beef jerky. Like, I need to get on that. So we go out one day when the snow lets up a little bit, and he and I go to grab some stuff from the store, and next to it is another one of those world famous beef jerky shacks. When we go
So great.
inside. What's scary is that it's a tiny place and like people aren't wearing masks. Okay, that's another story. But what is weird is that it's like, you know how a candy counter has candy in a counter,
Like in a case.
in a case. It's like that, but beef jerky.
Oh. So they didn't have it like in bags. It was like fresh,
Yeah.
like laid out.
So I thought
like
we
a
would,
deli where you
Yes.
get like a.
yes, like a deli. So I thought we would go in and like pick a couple bags up, like, oh, wasabi jerky, blah 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 jerky.
Oh, it's so like fancy. They're like, would you like a pound of?
But it all
a pound
looked,
of jerky would be a lot.
it looked like that bar of meat though. It all looked like that. It didn't look like your traditional like
long thin
jerky
strips
from the
yeah.
store. It looked like big hunks of dried meat. It didn't look like beef jerky or turkey jerky or any jerky I have had where it's in pieces.
Huh.
It was just like big hunks, and like she would like shave off pieces. And I was just like, she was like, would you like a sample, to the man in front of us? And I was like he's like eating a sample in front of us. We're wearing our masks. And I was like, I have to get out of here. No. Also, I don't want anything in that counter. It all looked disgusting to me. Like there might as well have been flies buzzing around it. Like I was so grossed out by the whole scenario that I just like, I was like, I can't do it. So we left. That's the end of my story.
So this isn't necessarily the worst thing. I think it's a cool idea. I like that people are thinking more about stuff like this. This is 100% grass-fed venison. Like it's like, you know, legit whatever. But it is kind of a strange thing, and it's a big fat bar of meat. So what we've decided is that as a gesture of kindness to our animals, we're going to be sharing this with our dogs.
Oh yeah.
And I know that it's probably one of those things where people that like venison are like, oh, you guys are wasting
eat a bar
it.
of meat, you guys.
Yeah, you're wasting venison on your dogs.
Wasted bar of meat.
But we love our dogs, and we think they'll like this. And you know what? They give us so much happiness that we would like to give them some.
I feel like
venison.
if it was in pieces, and I know that's super weird, I would have a bite.
If it was thin
yeah,
and not a big bar,
I feel like I would eat it.
it's weird. I'm sorry.
Or
I tried,
it.
but I tried it. It does taste like jerky, but it's something
It's
about the
just
way that
a
it's
lot.
packaged.
I don't
It's
know.
weirding us out.
It's a consistency situation. The rest of the snacks look amazing.
But let me
too.
just tell you that if you got this, like I said, if you were like, you know, lost in the Grand Canyon and you're like, all I have in my pocket is this venison bar, like you would be like,
you'd be set.
fuck yeah.
If you're a hiker,
I'm gonna get this
should
protein.
be in your emergency fanny pack.
Yeah, you should definitely have like a big hunk of this.
Epic meat.
It's epic.
Epic
It's
meat.
epic, and maybe that's why we can't handle it. Okay, so asparagus, delicious. Jalapeno cheesy mix, delicious. Hard cheese, Parmesan cheese crisp bar. It's not called hard cheese.
Hard cheese.
But it's like crunchy cheese. I love crunchy cheese. I mean, I liked it before the keto thing. I've
Yeah.
always liked it.
No, crunchy cheese is
Who doesn't?
bomb. Okay.
Okay, that's it. Goodbye. All right. Thank you so much, Mom and Dad, for this. It's so fun. We
Super
spent
fun.
a long time
We have
talking
more.
about the venison.
More to come. Maybe I'll cut my whole beef jerky story.
Maybe I should tell my alien
out.
jerky story. I'm just kidding. I'm
Oh
not
my
going
god,
to.
we have to go. Okay.
Do you like 80s television? Of course you do. Do you like helicopters? Of course you do. Do you like men serenading eagles by the waterfront while playing cello? Yes. Yes, you do. If you'd like to hear more about helicopters and cellos, please be sure and tune in to Champa and Klein the AirWolf Years every week on your favorite podcast service. Join hosts Greg and Dave as they discuss every single episode of the classic 1980s television series AirWolf. Be sure and subscribe today.
Write it, bitch. All right, so we just spent the last half hour looking up the snacks we like because there's all different brands in these boxes, which is what's fun because you can then look them up and see if they have other offerings.
Well, you're like
They
Keto
do.
Farms. They have a whole bunch of different, like.
Did you look up the bar of meat?
I
to
didn't.
see?
You know what, though? I've seen this brand before, Epic, because they do, like, they've
Epic?
got, like, beef ones and chicken ones, and it's a
'Cause
great.
we need to talk about it
You
more.
know what it is? This would be a great thing to put in an emergency
Oh,
food thing.
like an earthquake pack.
Yeah, because
Ooh, that's
it's a
good
nice little
idea.
source of protein.
If
Don't
you
have to do
sliced
anything
it up
with
a
it.
little bit with your little like Swiss Army knife. instead of having
I'm
it
sorry,
in
we've had a
bar.
massive disaster. Let's have charcuterie. I cut up like sliced venison and like steamed asparagus.
and some like moon cheese.
It's like some sort of weird like Schitt's Creek thing where I'm like fancy, but like in a weird place. Okay.
Instead of like cans of beans and soup, it's like
Venison and steamed asparagus.
I love
Yeah.
it. I love
Anyway,
it.
but it would actually, seriously, it would be good for that. But anyway, Keto Farms has cheesy jalapeno, nacho, cheese,
I mean,
whatever.
I am so
And they
down
have
with
like
that.
candied nuts, like candied
That are
pecans.
keto
And they're
friendly.
keto friendly. They're like, I don't know what they do with them,
We're
but
so
they're good.
excited, and we just can't hide it.
And Trisha sounds really excited
I want those candied nuts now. Ooh, ooh.
too. Uh-oh. I think that's the song.
That's the song. I just blew the song right now. Except it happened in the beginning for everyone listening, so they already know.
Yay.
All right. So we're not writing today because we've talked too much about venison. But we're going to read you a Mad Lib that I had Shauna do. I forced her to do. Shauna got this great book of adult Mad Libs a while ago, and I think we've done it like once.
We did it on live stream, on our live stream for epilepsy.
Yeah, for the epilepsy.
Because I remember it was fun because a bunch of benchlings were on and they were
Hammer
coming up
was
with like
on
really good
and
words.
Brett, yeah, it was really fun. Yeah.
So mine might not be that good, you guys. I mean, we just don't know.
It
I
just lets
basically
you know what's
did-
on Shauna's mind right now.
I just did a usual suspect again where I just looked around the room and
But
named things.
Isn't that how everybody does Mad Libs? Like if you're in a
I
car,
feel like it is.
you're like
well,
building, farm. Like
if you're in a car, it's almost easier though because you're not really thinking about other stuff. So you're just like you're actually thinking about the
I
word.
feel like when my sister and I did them on road trips, which we did a lot, we would just look around. So it'd be like stuffed animal, books, crayons, gorp. You know,
Gorp.
it's a thing. Kayla knows.
It
Okay.
sounds like weird.
It's
Okay.
like nuts,
Go
raisins,
ahead.
and M&Ms. Okay, shut up.
You looked at the camera. You looked at the camera. I mean, you looked at the time like you were worried about it.
I looked at my people away from you. Anyone away from you. No one's looking at me right now, but I just like looked away from you.
Yeah, your people.
Wait, what was
It's like an episode of The Office where you're
Yeah.
like looking at the camera,
Yeah.
but there's no
I'm like-
camera.
I'm like making a lot of Jem like eyebrow moves right now. I'm like Jem all the time on The Office.
I'm like crunching this cheese really hard.
You
have
are.
to edit my sound.
God damn it. Your sound is like twice as big as my sound for some reason. What's wrong with what
Look.
is this competition you're having with
I
your
don't know.
crunching?
I'm sorry. I love this cheese.
Ugh. Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. So this is called Food for Thought. Ever notice how many of our everyday expressions relate to food and drink? Here are some of our favorite bites of wisdom. You're the apple of my foot.
We have to laugh like little kids do when they read these. They
He's-
lose their minds.
He's as salty as a cucumber. I bit off more than I can skip. You can't have your venison jerky and eat it too.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
that should be a T-shirt. You can't have your venison jerky and eat it too.
All right,
Okay.
all right, I got it.
Merch.
She dropped him like a cheesy potato. Which kind of worked.
That kind of
like,
did work.
They were full of the vodka of human kindness.
Yeah. Perfect.
He was born with a silver keyboard in his mouth. It's as sticky as molasses in January.
Ooh,
That one worked.
that one was good.
I think it's supposed to say it's as thick as molasses in January.
I mean, is molasses cold in January? Like,
I have
is
no
it like
idea.
hard?
Is as hard as molasses in Oh, maybe it's hard.
Because
Okay.
frozen. I don't know.
I am sorry if you can hear my dog barking, but she sees people
can't.
playing baseball. They can't.
They probably can't.
Okay, never mind then. I'm not sorry. Not for all the tea in the farm. That saying's probably not good anymore. I feel like
I'm glad we changed it.
I feel like I'm sitting on eggshells. Half a microphone better than none.
That's it.
That's a saying. No, that's not it.
Oh, you stopped like it was over. I'm all,
I was
that was
waiting for you
great.
to laugh.
Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't funny, though.
Too many jockeys spoil the bunch. Out of the frying pan into the button. Don't bite the nose that feeds you. Here are some more stale maxims from the kitchen. Stale was your word. It's the greatest thing since sliced asparagus. What's spicy for the goose is good for the deer. The way to a man's heart is through his toe. They're just like two nuts in a pod. Like peas in a pod.
Yeah. I feel like I need a laugh track right now.
Awful. Don't cry over spilled punch. The fog is as thick as chunkless soup. You can't.
That's a good one.
You can't make an omelet without breaking some backpacks. I have bigger footrest to fry. He was caught with his eyes in the pie. A watched napkin never boils. It's not worth a hill of ice cream cones.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm
Hill of
gonna-
ice cream cones. That sounds like a children's book.
I'm in a hurry. Sorry to write and run. Life is like a box of phone chargers. You never know what you're going to get.
That's the best
That's
one.
the best one. That's the best
You
one.
never know if it's going to work or if it's going to be the right one, if it's going to
That's
fit,
true. It's true.
if it's going to be
You
frayed.
never know what you're going to get. So that was the saddest write it bitch moment of our careers. Should we call it a career? Can we call it a career?
I don't
know. Our 3-year tenure
Our time.
as the podcasters known as the girls on a bench. Bum, 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 bum.
I feel like we're like tired. I feel tired. Are you tired?
You know, there's just been a lot of family work / life stuff, which you guys get. So, and my dog won't
Your
stop
dog
barking,
is endlessly barking.
which is like making me have like a weird like twitch in my eye, like, and
Have some more
also
vodka.
my eyes twitching, and also like my tricep twitch. Do you ever get that muscle twitch where you're just your muscle?
You know what
twitches?
used to always get was an eye twitch,
I
but
get
I
that-
don't get it anymore.
I get the eye twitch,
It might be all the meds I take.
and then also the muscle, like one muscle, and I don't
That
have
doesn't happen to
a
me.
lot
though.
of muscles on my arms, but like the one I have in my tricep will just be like twitch, twitch.
Actually, you
twitch.
have a lot of muscles in your body. You wouldn't be able to walk if you did.
Shut up, Shauna.
They're just not maybe defined. It whatever.
I don't look like The Rock anymore. and
No,
I
like-
used to. I mean, there was a point where I had Michelle Obama arms. I'm just saying.
arms.
Arms for the poor Trisha. I don't know what happened there.
Okay. Well, yeah. So anyway, thank you all for joining us and for joining us on this snack adventure. It was actually really good, and
It was super
we're like
fun.
about to order more of the stuff. Maybe just not the venison.
No, but the
Still
steamed
staring at
asparagus is like super yummy, and they have if you like artichoke hearts, we were talking about this just now, like if you like a marinated artichoke heart, they have that too. And I bet this brand is really good, but I bet, you know,
Because it's like in a
If you
little
like it.
pouch. So it's not like a jar. So like if you were like, I'm going to just like take some like wine and cheese to the park. Except you probably can't do that because I don't know if you're allowed to take wine to parks. But whatever. Or
I
like
mean, like
go
we
on a
would just-
picnic.
We would do it without anyone knowing it was actual
picnic.
wine. Yeah.
You take your asparagus. You take some
You have
like
your like charcuterie
Yeah.
in little pouches so nothing spills or
and
is-
nothing breaks. It's more like a
breaks.
glass jar.
You don't have to be all cool and make it yourself.
No, don't do that.
Buy it.
It's delicious.
All right.
Everyone's getting like so many.
Thank you, Bunny James Bunny.
I don't know why my son's calling me right now. I'm just gonna ignore that.
It's a good picture though.
I know. He's cute.
All right.
That's all,
This
everybody.
has been Bar of Meat on the Bench. We love you all. Okay,
Oh.
check out our Patreon. Ah! It was all calm
I was
until I
about to fall
remembered.
asleep. I'm like, good night.
Check out our Patreon.
Yes.
2 Girls on a Bench on Patreon. I'll put the link in the show notes, of course.
This is 2 Girls on a Bench. The number 2 Girls on a Bench. I'm just kidding. Sorry.
I say that every time. Also, check out our network, Podfix Network, and Podfix Presents on iTunes for more amazing content like what you've heard today
Great
about
stuff.
meat and venison. And then also,
I feel like we could have a really great conversation with some of our other podcasters on the network about venison bars.
I especially think like
and I feel like some of them would be mad that we
Paul-
would give it to like a dog.
Paul Chomo from the
Yeah,
Varmints podcast,
exactly.
who for charity often eats like spicy scorpion carcasses, would be like, that bar of meat is delicious.
Yeah, he'd be just like, why would
Fuck
you give that to
you.
your dog?
Yeah.
We're like, because we're scared of it, because
Yeah.
we're stupid.
Yeah. So, in fact, he will also be on Livestream for the Cure. So I'll put the link to the website in the show notes so you can like find all the great shows that you want to go listen to on Livestream. It's coming up 21st, 22nd, 23rd. You guys, it's coming up in like 3 weeks, which is like right around the corner. Shauna's taking a very close-up picture of the meat.
I'm sorry, meat is
Just
it's
because
really like upstaging the entire
it
podcast.
is
this
become the podcast. The podcast is Bar of Meat. Anyways, so all of that also every other week for us, but we're still around, and Patreon.
week. Please listen
Free
still.
content on Patreon, different content, maybe a little bit more about some food. It's on our minds, you guys.
Maybe about I Love, Lucy.
Yeah, there's some stuff. So check it out. And thanks for listening. And if you feel like it, like maybe a review on iTunes in 2021 would be cool. Like maybe.
Share the show. Do a review. What was the other thing? Go to the merch
Oh, buy some merch.
stores. We're really hawking shit this week.
We're
hawking
just
it.
like
We're hawking it.
auctioneers, but
Hawking
we
it.
talk like a lot slower. We're like, hey, everybody, you can buy our shit. And also,
Hey,
we're
but a
tired
little
now,
venison
so
with sea
it
salt and
doesn't
pepper and sea salt.
matter. Oh, Shauna got that down. All right.
She's a jalapeno nuts crunchy t-shirt.
I can't even understand you, but I like it, though. I like it. All right. Keep writing.
Keep snacking.
Bye.
You've been listening to a podcast of the Podfix Network. Discover more audible gems like this at podfixnetwork.com. Make sure to catch up-to-the-minute network shenanigans by following @Podfix on Twitter, official_Podfix on Instagram, @Podfix Network on Facebook. And make sure to subscribe to Podfix Presents wherever you choose to find podcasts. The Podfix Network, artist owned and loved.
Okay.
Test. All right. It's working now. Test.
Is it working now? There's a really loud tambourine in the room.
What song could you sing with that? This is that white hole, go Michelle Pfeiffer, da 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 bam bam, da straight masterpiece. Oh, come here, sing.
Sing.
A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time won't